right, it is now 10:30. Good morning, everybody. We're going to get started here. So welcome, everyone. Just a few housekeeping tips and reminders. If you have any questions during today's presentation, type them in the chat or the Q&A window at any time. We'll have some time at the end. For everything else, contact us at sales@tristaterestores.com. We are recording today's presentation. Links to view the presentation and download a PDF will be shared with you tomorrow morning. Visit us at tristaterestores.com/VCB for a complete archive. State of the end, 10 lucky attendees are going to win a $5 Starbucks gift card today. After the coffee break, please complete the post-event survey. We'll see you March 27th. We'd like to know what to talk about. Obviously, today's presentation is a little bit more geared towards winter weather, and we're having abnormally warm weather in Maryland for February. But this is all great information that you'll be able to keep and store for the next time winter weather arrives. State of the end, one lucky attendee is going to win a Crumble prize pack. So who we are for anybody new on the call. We are a family-owned, locally operated, and established firm. We're an independent commercial and residential disaster recovery firm based in the DC metro area. We specialize in mitigation and remediation of both large and small water, fire, mold, biohazard, lead, and odor-caused damages. Our company's mission is turning disaster into peace of mind because we're committed to easing the burden of handling your property's disaster. Here is our suite of services. Just to reiterate, we help people out with water mitigation and restoration, mold remediation and lead abatement, fire, smoke restoration and odor control, biohazard, trauma disinfection and cleanup, and sewage mitigation, disinfection, and cleanup. We're an IICRC accredited firm, EPA lead safe certified firm, IQA smart mold firm. We're 5-star rated across the board. Check out our Google reviews. We also have an EPA licensed asbestos inspector on staff, and we belong to all of these wonderful organizations down here. So today, here's what we're going to cover. We're going to learn what an ice dam is. We're going to learn what it does to your property. How can you prevent ice dams from forming? We're going to talk a little bit about roof damage as a result of these and other wintry conditions. And we're going to talk about cold weather loss coverage. So icicles and ice dams, not this type of dam. This is an ice dam. So what is it? Ice dams are ridges of ice that stop melting snow from properly draining off of roofs. Ice dams are predominantly caused by varying roof temperatures and ventilation issues. They occur when heavy snow buildup melts during the day, then refreezes when temperatures drop overnight. This continuing melt and thaw process causes ice to flow into the gutters through downspouts prior to refreezing, and then when they expand, it causes all kinds of beautiful damages. We're gonna watch a quick video here.
Warmer temperatures are just around the corner, and while it's nice to have a break from the frigid cold, it can lead to headaches for homeowners. Professionals say that if you have a snow-covered roof like this one, you should look at having it cleared off. Ice dams are ridges of ice that form at the edge of a roof and prevent melting snow to drain properly. Water can dam up and leak into the house and cause extensive damage to walls, ceilings, insulation, and really anything it touches. One roofing professional called it liquid fire. So how does it happen? Ice dams start to form when heat loss from your home escapes through the ceiling and starts melting the snow on the roof. The melted snow flows down the roof until it hits the cold eaves and the overhang where there is no heat from the house. When the air temperatures are colder outside, the water starts to freeze at the edge. Once ice starts to form, it can get bigger each time the temperature rises. Water starts to dam up behind the ice ridge, and because shingles are designed to repel water down a roof, water backing up can quickly get under the shingles and pour into the house. So what can you do? If there is no snow, there is no problem. If you can, remove the snow from the roof. Even if it is just using a roof rake on the first few feet of the roof line, it can make a difference. Experts can also help typically for a few $100s. Second, attic insulation is very important. If you notice you have problems with ice dams, it may be time to upgrade the insulation in your attic. Also, proper venting in your attic is important. It introduces cold air to your attic and can be an escape route for warm air so it doesn't heat your roof and melt the snow.
Great. So how an ice dam forms. Then I'm just going to reiterate what we just watched in the video, but I've got some great graphics here for you guys. High points of the roof are above the snow's melting temperature. So you see here, there's no snow and the snow is moved down here. Lower areas are below the freezing point. As melting snow from the top of the roof hits the cold area, it freezes at the eaves. So right here. And the ice dam forms, and sometimes you get some pretty gnarly, nice big icicles. Extensive water-related damages will occur to your home as water leaks through the roof and into your home. So this right here is where the water gets trapped during that melt, and it can cause all kinds of problems and cause water intrusion to your property. So here's just another graphic that shows the exact same thing. You know, heat rises inside your home, above freezing temperatures in the attic. If there's insufficient insulation, you know, this heat is going to rise and melt the snow right here at the top, and it's going to cause this snow melt to go underneath the snow on the roof, causing these ice dams, and it causes all kinds of fun pressure issues during the thaw and the refreeze. So let's talk about those issues. Property damages from ice dams. Ice dams cause serious and costly damages to your property. After several days of melting, freezing cycles, it's common for the melted water and ice to work up under the shingles until water enters the attic and eventually does damage to the ceilings, walls, and contents. In cases where ice dams go unnoticed for an extended period of time, it can do significant damage to the building materials as well. Typical damages that we see: mold and mildew, water staining, wet insulation, which turns into a great food source for microbial growth, foundation cracking, damage and loose shingles, rotted soffit and fascia, broken gutters, and water intrusion and flooding. We're just going to go through some quick pictures here for each of these. So there's some water staining. This is some wet insulation in an attic crawl space. Foundational cracks right here, right next to the gutter. Thawed snow and ice migrates through cracks in your foundation. When moisture freezes in the soil after snow and then melts and refreezes, it creates enormous pressure against the foundation walls. So not only are you looking out for ice dams, also look out for, you know, icy chunks next to the perimeter of any of your properties. Prevent mold and microbial growth from forming in warmer weather by checking your foundation for cracks in the spring. That's coming up. And look for water intrusion damages. Foundation cracks caused by soil pressure are generally horizontal cracks or stair step cracks. So more similar to this one. Flooding can also occur. This is an instance where there was water intrusion issues from a snow melt. This home unfortunately had a lot of other issues, but it was right after a large snowstorm that they ended up having a flooding issue. Rotted soffit and fascia and broken gutters. So this is just a great picture that shows all of these different areas. So this is what this is. This is the underneath part with the ventilation and then the gutters. So how do we prevent ice dams? Well, we saw in the video that the easiest way is to make sure that your roofs do not have snow sitting on them for an extended period of time, causing the ability to have the ice melt and then forming of the ice dam. So there's no real way to guarantee, though, that it won't damage your property, but you can take some steps to cut the chances of an ice dam forming in the first place. If you haven't already started your spring cleaning, we suggest thoroughly cleaning all leaves, sticks, and other debris from your property's gutters and downspouts. That'll ensure that, well, actually, with the spring rains and everything too, this is very important. It'll ensure that water is migrating away from your property. When water has a place to back up, it generally just needs some place to go, and that's going to be into your property if it doesn't have a clear path away. During winter weather, make an effort to keep snow off on your roof to a minimum. Long-handled devices on the market called roof rakes let you stand on the ground and pull the snow off the roof. Keeping heavy snow loads off your roof also reduces the chances for roof failure due to the weight of the snow. You're going to want to evaluate the insulation and ventilation in your attic as well. Good airflow from under the eaves or the soffit area along the underside of the roof and out through the roof vents is essential. The insulation helps prevent heat loss to the interior of your home. The venting also allows attic air to stay cold enough to prevent or minimize the freeze-thaw cycle on the roof. So I would definitely consult a reputable local roofing or insulation contractor about these improvements for your properties. And then last but not least, just a friendly wintertime reminder, always keep your property's temperature at or above 68 degrees. This also helps prevent with frozen pipes and all kinds of other fun stuff. So this is just a graphic to go over everything we just talked about. Make sure your attic is properly ventilated, keep your gutters clear and clog free, boost ceiling and roof insulation. You can install snow and ice slides to prevent ice and snow from bonding to the lower roof if you have a larger property. Ensure all exhaust goes outside and not into the attic. That will prevent the attic space from getting too warm. Seal electrical cables and vent pipes, fix cracks in your chimney and flashing, and insulate attic access doors. So let's touch a little bit on roof damage because it all kind of comes full circle here. First, frost in an attic crawl space is a red flag. This is kind of a frightening photo, but it just goes to show that this roof was not very well secure, and it was causing all kinds of external weather to come into this crawl space, which unfortunately ended up being a perfect breeding ground for mold and microbial growth for this customer. So preventing roof damage, ice is very heavy and 1 inch of ice equals 1 foot of snow. The total weight of 2 to 4 feet of snow could be as much as 60 pounds per square foot. And this is a roof rake over here that we're watching in this video, and they say that's the easiest and most sure way to be able to safely remove snow from on top of your roof. Check that the structural integrity of your roof and awnings are sound annually. Keep shingles in top condition and replace any that are cracked, split, or loose. This will help prevent any water intrusion issues from any type of weather. Caulk around skylights, pipe stacks, chimneys, and other roof openings to prevent snow melt from entering the home, and clean your gutters twice annually. So, what is a covered cold weather loss? And I've got some agents on here I see. So feel free to chime in the chat if you have anything to add to this. The American Association of Insurance Services forms list the weight of ice, sleet, and snow as named perils, which means the damage from these are typically covered. One of the messiest and most costly home repairs is fixing a frozen pipe burst. Luckily, freezing conditions such as burst pipes or ice dams are typically covered under your insurance policy. However, you must prove that you took reasonable steps to prevent these losses from happening. So, i.e., keeping your property at 68 degrees or above during winter weather. So be careful how you represent your damages. If you say your pipe was frozen and burst, but you have not been properly maintaining your property, you may be denied coverage due to negligence. So that's just something to be aware of, especially for any property managers on here that are dealing with vacant units in the wintertime and in the summer. We want to make sure these units aren't too warm either, because the flip side is you'll have all kinds of issues from springtime hazards, like excess humidity and moisture in the air, and that causes mold and microbial growth. So maintaining that kind of average temperature of 68 degrees throughout the entire year is very important to make sure that we're keeping a healthy environment. Let's see, I have heat tape in some of my exterior gutters to help prevent ice buildup. Yeah, that's a great idea, especially when it's in a location where it's really, really hard to reach to maintain during, ice storms or anything like that. That's a really, really great solution, Michelle. Thank you for sharing. Typical coverage, accidental water damage that occurs as a result of a sudden, unexpected occurrence like a burst pipe is often covered by a homeowner's insurance policy. In addition, the cleaning, repair, and replacement of wood, flooring, drywall, even furniture due to these damages are typically covered. Some homeowners insurance may even help cover cold weather damages to your yard. So trees, shrubs, plants, and surrounding structures may also be covered under this loss. Read your policy annually with your local agent and review your property's coverage types and limits. Very important. Make sure you're doing that on an annual basis. Here are just some other cold weather hazard prevention resources. We got a lot of our information from the NFPA, ESFI, Chimney Safety Institute of America, one of our Association Institutes for CAI, Ready.gov, Winter Storm Preparedness. All these are great resources, and I highly encourage you to check them out. You'll find some great tidbits that you can share with your residents and your family members just to make sure we're keeping everybody safe. And I'll quickly go through our standard practices for water damage cleanup. We operate under the IICRC's S500 standard for professional water damage restoration. This is essentially our Bible when it comes to job sites with water damages. This standard helps prevent any kind of secondary damages from occurring after a water loss and dry out process. So this is what we follow, and we highly recommend if you're not in our local area and you do have a property loss, make sure that whatever contractor you bring in is ICRC certified. That's going to be very important to look out for. So in closing, if the unfortunate does happen and you experience property loss, give us a call. We're here just to talk. If you need us, if you need some steps to understand, what direction to go, we're available 24/7 to help tackle your disaster as well. And just give us a call here at 866-818-1949. And then here's how you guys can connect with us. Again, I highly encourage anybody who's interested in these coffee breaks to check out our archive on our website. It's simply tristaterestores.com/VCB. We now have about 3.5 years worth of material. Feel free to share this, repurpose it, use it with your on-site residents. We just want to make sure that we're keeping everybody safe out there. So any questions? Let's see here. Fatin, what is the best recommended insulation to prevent ice jams? So I would defer to a roofing expert for that one. It kind of depends on your property. So like I have a metal roof. The insulation that I have in my attic crawl space is going to be different than somebody who has shingles, because they have a lot of different ventilation installed in the roof awnings than I don't. So like I said, defer to your local, highly reputable contractor, have them come out, maybe do a spring inspection, make sure that everything is in tip-top shape so that during, the spring and summer rains, heading into the fall, you know that you're ready and your property is safe. Does the material of the roof help with minimizing ice dams? So yes and no. There's, like I said, there are lots of different types of roofs. There's a reason why metal roofs are very, very common in the Northeast, because it does tend to hold up to this type of weather better and ice dam damages. But again, we are not roofing experts, so we do defer to, a local reputable contractor to make sure you're getting those questions answered. Not to use sharp objects to remove the ice around the roof to prevent damaging the roof. Correct. I would, make sure that you are not just shoving anything up on your roof. You're keeping yourself safe and your property safe by using the devices that are out there, like a roof rake and that sort of thing. Oh, thank you, Kristen. That's awesome. I will look out for that question. Happy to help. So without further ado, I know there are lots of hungry attendees here, and crumble cookies are one of my all-time favorite things to give away. So I'm so happy to do this. We are going to take one lucky person at random here, and let me do my random number generator. And see who our lucky winner is today. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Miss Sheila Venezia. I'm so sorry if I butchered your last name, but Sheila, congratulations. You just won some crumble cookies, girl. I'm so excited for you. Let's make it official. And we're gonna do some confetti here. There we go. We get some confetti action for you. Sheila, I will reach out to you later today after the coffee break and let you know how we're gonna get that prize over to you. Congratulations, but wait, there's more, so don't go away. Let me know in the chat one thing you learned in this presentation. The first 10 responses get a $5 Starbucks gift card. Oh, I love it. You guys are all paying so much attention. To prevent damage, keep your gutter clean and clog free. Very good, Kelly. You need to maintain. Ice dams can cause serious and costly damage to property. Correct. Thawed snow ice can migrate through foundational cracks, creating damage. Yes, exactly. Best way to avoid ice damage include insulating pipes, clearing gutters. Very, very good, guys. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate being able to provide these, quick educational bites once a month to you guys. But I do need your help to plan for future coffee breaks. So please, I encourage you, complete the survey after the coffee break today. Let me know what topics you'd like me to cover in future coffee breaks. I am happy to oblige. I am more than happy to provide you with education that will help support you and your needs. Next month, we will see you March 27th. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your day. See you next month. Hopefully you enjoy this slightly warmer yet gloomy weather we have out there. And take care. Be safe, everybody.